it's Susie. I have been tagged again for the 4 Truths and 1 Lie game, which is kind of cool because I kind of like doing those. So, I'm sitting on my front porch, just so you know, so if you hear anything loud. I'm sitting on my front porch, so this cars might go by, and I have my little son trying to play with his little bike. Here, let me see if I can show him. Jamesy, say hi. Say hi. Well, he's got a dirty face, but anyway, alright, I've recorded this once, and I went long, and my house phone rang twice, and my, and my son started playing with the wind chimes on the porch, so let's see if we can get through this time. Alright, so, in case you don't know, I gotta tell 4 truths and 1 lie, and then you guys gotta guess which one's the truth and which one's the lie. Alright, my first truth, well, let's reorganize those now. Okay, the first story, which was going to be my second story, let's tell it. Okay, how my husband and I met. Alright, it was a blind date. I was working in a nursing home in the dietary department as a cook, and I also worked in the nursing part as a CNA, depending on the day. And when I was working in the dietary, I worked with a guy named Chad. And when I was working in the nursing department, I was working with a girl named Patty, and Patty was Chad's mom. And I also worked with a girl named Amanda. Jamesy, stop. Sorry, he's throwing things into our driveway off the porch. Anyway, when, this is why I don't do these when I have my kids with me. Amanda was Chad's girlfriend. And so, it was Chad's birthday. I think he's turning 17, and we decided, Amanda and I were both teenagers too, decided to go to the mall and try to find a gift for Chad for his birthday. And while we're in the mall, she starts, I think we were actually in the parking, it doesn't matter, in the parking lot after we got done shopping, she proceeds to tell me that Chad knows this guy, and his name is Baby James, and that she thinks he'd be perfect for me, and that Chad thinks he'd be perfect, and that we should do like a blind date thing. And I'm all like, I don't know. And at this point, I was like, I just turned 18, and I really hadn't dated anyone before, and I was very shy, and no guy ever asked me out. No guy's gonna want to go out with this. So I was like, no, I don't know. And she's like, come on. So I was like, alright. So when we got done at work, when we got done shopping, and she called up Chad, and Chad scheduled for us to meet that Friday, and we were going to watch movies at his house. And so, as I was, we worked kind of far away from there, and we were heading to work after the mall, and I ran into Patty, and she said, she runs up to me, and she goes, I know this perfect guy for you, and he'd be so perfect, and she proceeds to tell me that he drives like a brand new Mustang, and he looks so cute, and he doesn't care what you look like, he's dated bigger girls in the past, and blah, blah, and he really didn't end up driving a brand new Mustang. I think she's like talking him up completely. Oh, bubbies. You got owies? Oh, come here. What's wrong? What's wrong? You got boo-boos? Okay, get up here, mommy lap. You do this video with mommy. Okay. Just turn it this way. Alright, there we are. See his dirty face? Alright. Anyway. So I'm telling how Daddy and Mommy met. Okay. Well, so Patty began telling me about Baby James. And I said, well, I actually just heard about him. And I am going to Chad arranged for us to meet on Friday at your house, watch movies. And she's like, oh, okay. So come that Friday, we go over to her house, and all the guys are sitting on the front porch, and us girls walk up, and the light's kind of shining on us, and they're kind of in the shadows, so I can't even see them. And Chad's like, hey, baby James, this is Susie. And whatever, I couldn't see the dude. I had no clue what he looked like or nothing. It took a few minutes. We finally went inside and started watching movies, and then Bobby, come on. Oh, he's throwing tantrum. And so that was kind of that. You know, he ended up he didn't give me his number, but it wasn't lack of not wanting to go out. He asked me if I wanted to go with him to go get his hair cut the next morning, because this was late night. We ended up staying the night, and he wanted me to go get his hair cut, go with him to get his hair cut, and I said no. I was like, whatever. No. He said to go get, not to get his hair cut, he said to go get his hair faded up. And then, anyway, that's the end of the story. That's how I met. Anyway, next story is how I got proposed to. Went to Cedar Point, which is an amusement park here in the Midwest, and up to this point, he had gone on and on and on about how he was never going to get married. We've been together for a couple years. We done had Abby, and it used to stress me out. I'm like, he's never going to get married, but I love him so much, but I deserve to be married, and blah, blah, blah. And so when we went to the amusement park, I'm not crazy about amusement parks because I'm always nervous about not being able to fit in the seats and stuff, so I finally say, can we go someplace also besides the amusement park while we're there? So we're traveling all the way out of state and everything to go there, and he said sure. So on our way, after we've been to the amusement park for 2 days in a row, on our way home, he decides the other place that we're going to get to go is the mall. And so I'm like, yay, we get to go to the mall. And so he goes into the game shop and store that sells like video games and stuff, and I go into the store next to it, which was Ulsterman Jewelers, and because I wasn't really into the games, and I was looking at some rings, you know, dreaming and wishing and hoping, and he walks in, and the lady starts telling us that she's doing some sort of promotional thing, trying to win a prize, and she needs to get a whole bunch of people to sign up for credit cards just to apply. She would help, and so James said he would apply. And so while they're doing the process of applying, I'm looking at rings and kind of have one picked out, and she comes back and tells him he's approved and told him how much for, and he looks up over at her and he goes, okay, charge that ring. So that's basically how I got proposed to. We ended up driving home, and I needed it sized. And so we're driving to all these different stores and getting it, trying to find a place that sizes it for 24 hours. Less than 24 hours, you know, like while we're there, so that I can bring it home and show everybody that I can engage instead of showing it in a box. Like, here, I'm engaged to this, you know, it's in the box, but I can't wear it. And finally found a place, and after the size, and we were in a gas station, and I say, he says, why don't you have it on your hand? And I go, because you haven't gave it to me, you haven't asked. Yeah. And we're in a gas station, and it was BP gas station, and at that time I think it was still called Amico, and he goes, and pulls it out, and like jokingly goes, yeah, you want to marry me? No? And his grandma used to think that was so romantic. That's how he proposed. But anyway, next story. I talk about my sister-in-law on here a lot, and I was going to tell how I met her. I met her, which is like kind of a sad story. James, my husband, his brother is her husband. Her husband Sam, and their dad had passed away. James and Sam hadn't seen each other since they were kids. And just the whole, I don't know, just the way life is, you know. And so back in October 2008, their dad had died. And we had gone over to their dad's sister's house. You know, everybody met up there after we found out he had died, and we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, Sam and Crystal and their 3 lovely children come in, and I had heard about this guy named Sam, his brother, forever, and I had been wanting to see him because I wanted to see what my husband's brother looked like. I was so excited, you know. Well, I shouldn't say it like that. I was excited to see him. I wasn't excited. I was very upset that their dad had died. I loved their dad dearly. He was a great guy, very funny. And, hold on.
Wow.
Oh, boys. Anyway, so they come in, and I can't believe it. Like, Sam looks and James look so much alike. James has another brother, a younger brother, that I've known ever since, basically, I've known James, and they look alike, yes they do, but he doesn't look near as much like James as Sam does. So Sam and James look just like their dad, and I was like, oh, wow, you know. And I met Crystal, and she was very sweet and kind, and we kind of hit it off, and we talked through emails for a while after the funeral, and before you know it, we started getting together for like family dinners, and now just like today, we talked on the phone for over an hour. So it's like, I guess through tragedy comes some good, I guess. And then my next story is when I am stressing, or when I'm bored, or when I just need to take a chill, I go outside and I love to garden. I go out and I have a vegetable garden, and I have flower beds, and I just love to like go outside and pick weeds and plant and just, you know, do the whole like even just mowing the grass, like dry, you know, like put on a tank top and shorts and working on my tan in the summertime, mowing the grass. It's something that I really enjoy doing. It helps me stay calm. It gives me time to think. Mosquito just keeps flying at me. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I grow everything from mums. I'm actually gonna getting upset because it's starting in the fall. I'm not getting ready to have can't really do much of that after, you know, starting to get colder. But my favorite flower is daisies. I grow herbs, and I tried watermelon this year, and that didn't turn out so good. But gardening is, you know, really is enjoyable. Okay, how many stories have I told? How James and I met, how we got engaged, how Crystal and I met, gardening. Ooh, I got one more. What? Oh. I don't even know if this was the one I was gonna say. Oh, I gotta do it real quick. I'm really into art. When I was in school, I was planning on going to school for graphic design. I really love to draw. I love to paint. Crafts are really big to me. I've sewn my own kids' Halloween costumes. Sorry. My son's tearing apart the house phone.